And we should be going on live right about now. The drivers should have readied up already. And there we go. We are actually loading into the lobby, so that's all positive sides. And I'm hoping that we will not be having any issues from this next moment onwards. Broadcast is live on my end. I'm just trying to open up the YouTube chat on my phone. So I do have you guys alongside me, and we do. There we go. So it's good news. I'm going to quickly check the audio since I am alone. Audio seems decent. So, good enough. Well then, let's make it official. Welcome everyone to the 8th round of this championship for PSGL F4 on the PlayStation side of things. Driving at Spa-Francorchamps this time around. It's a legendary circuit. It has been on the calendar from the earliest moment possible. Of course, firstly being run on a completely different run out, but over the years changing more and more and more. And now it's home to probably the two most beautiful corners on the whole calendar. Of course, being Eau Rouge Radio, that corner combination, and Puron as well. Incredible speeds that you can be taking through there. But yeah, we're currently in a qualifying session. We got quite a few guys going out there. One of them being Juventus Racing Stefan, and also VRT Thiago. He is actually the first person out on track. So we're just having to wait a little bit whilst they do their outlap there. Of course, you got that beautiful Eau Rouge and Radio corner. Yeah, just preparing some kind of things on a shorter notice. We only got 18 drivers in the lobby. This is because we have 2 people unable to join this lobby. They will still be trying whilst we are doing this session, but I am unsure if they'll actually be able to join. Talking about that, Pepijn, first person to have actually joined the lobby. Normally, the beautiful thing is, I have a co-commentator. This time, I am fully solo, so there are going to be a few more awkward bits, but besides that, it should be all ready to go. Drivers are now making their way over towards the start finish, or towards the end of the track pretty much. They're still in the middle sector. This track, longest track on the calendar. Of course, you take the longest to do so. Somewhat gives me Nordschleife vibes, which is a track famous for being so incredibly long and grueling. But this track, Oscar Pijn, has unfortunately left again, so he really is having lobby issues to join. But this track is just absolutely beautiful, and I think everyone loves it. And if you've never been here yourself, please do. I've had the amazing opportunity to do a lap on this track alongside an actual racing driver, and he went full out, and this track is amazing. The way the things you feel was to go up Radio Rouge. It is absolutely incredible. Well, let's now go on board with a lap of Juventus Racing Stefan. Goes really wide. Surprised he did not invalidate there, and he got a pitter, which is Asi. He has a qualifying ban, so he's serving that. So do not be surprised by that. Stefan coming up towards La Source into turn 1 on the brake as late as possible. Have a clean exit here, because the exit is the most important part. Because now you have to go up Eau Rouge, up Radio, and then you got the Camel Straight going long. And then you already have done sector 1. This is a sector where it's important to have low wings, able to overtake, but with the DRS it is fairly doable. Over in PC the other day, also in F4 actually, we had it 4 wide at this moment. Stefan though, doing a 29.884, that's really solid for a sector, I do believe. Coming through the comms now, and down towards Bruxelles. Bruxelles being a tricky corner, it's easy to lock up there. You want to keep it as tight as possible and keep a lot of momentum there. Now we go into No Name. Amazing corner there. I do believe it's actually renamed as a Jackie X corner. But to my knowledge, it will always be a No Name here into Prawn. Even hitting the curbs on the left hand side shows how much trust Stefan has in this setup currently. Now coming up through the campus corners, taking his right hand and then the left hand. They both want to hit the inside curb. So far, it seems like a really clean lap for Stefan. through. Stuff a lot there, missing the apex by a tiny bit. Middle sector 13, 3, 4, 3. So it seems to be a good start of this lap for Stefan so far. But now coming through Courbe Palfer, just absolutely nailing it. Coming through Blanchimont, Max Verstappen going around the outside in 2016. I think overtaking Marcus Ericsson, an incredible overtake done by him. And now we have come towards the bus stop chicane. Taking right, left. I want to get the best exit here, going throttle as soon as possible. Sticking it in third gear, Stefan does it. He hits a 41.4, so it's a very solid banker lap from him. Let's see what Thiago can do right behind him. It's a 43.3 already, making those slight improvements. We've got Avalone. Then it's not Avalone, it is Flopman, 40.7. Flopman being an incredible form as of late and showing it again why he is one of the ones to watch out for. It's a 13-0 for Niels. Let's see what he can do. That would indicate a 3-10 improvement on Stefan. It is indeed a 3-10 improvement. 0.1 for him. Then we got Olaf. No, it is Havmik. He puts himself up towards 4th place. And we got an Alfa Romeo. Is that Israek? It is Israek up towards 3rd place for him. And then we got a McLaren, just Avalone. He seemingly had an invalidation or not a good lap. He's pulled into the pit lane. Chris Hallat, he does have a full invalidation though. And deciding to stick out with it, not to go into the pit lane. Kart Racer though coming up next. Our championship leader. Let's see what Kart Racer can do. Lorenzinho meanwhile putting himself up into 2nd place for Kart Racer. Puts himself 3rd, 21.108. And a Flopman's lap time currently seeming to be unbeatable. Let's see what After can do in the Ferrari. What can he do right here? It's only 10th place for him. Ferrari of course being very quick on this track when they had this very legal car. Fashion Gold meanwhile though, he's going towards the line in the Alpine. Let's see what he can do. Only 11th for him, so that's not an amazing result. Let's see what Nono Espadas can do. The Spaniard, unfortunately, with an invalidation as well. And we're already coming towards the end of the first set of rods. Tigo, seemingly not on a lap. He is not really pushing. Kresalat's not pushing. Nono Espadas going for a lap time right now. So he probably had an invalidation or a mistake very early on. So he's going for it again now. Same goes for Olaf. But he does not have a whole lot of ERS, which means that currently the only man on our lap time is Nono Espadas, so we can just chill and go on board with him. But let's just take our attention again to that lap time from Flopman. It is a 0.7 banker, which is an absolutely incredible lap time. He's done it before and he's doing it again. Flopman proving to himself and to everyone else why he's quick and why he's been actually picked up by Outplayed Racing. Of course, he's departed G League to join his Outplayed team, which is an interesting choice to be fair. It meant that he had to sacrifice his world plus spots for it there. Of course, WR Worlds, one of the biggest, maybe even the biggest cosplay event that there is. Meanwhile, we did see a mistake from Nono Espadas through the Jackie X corner. And the beautiful thing about Spa is that everyone does the lap time at the same time. So Nono Espadas going out of sync will be nice for him because he's got a fully clean run for this run, and I do anticipate that I'll have it for the next run as well. I'm just worried that he's gonna be not able to do a 3rd lap. So that's something we have to watch out for because this lap time does take long. Nearly 2 minutes on an out lap is not something that you're happy to see. Oli Olaf getting a grid penalty whilst getting back into the pit lane, which is ideal for the NLRs that are still trying to join. But Pepijn has joined now, and Justin has joined as well. He is currently in 12th place. Nono Espadas coming towards the line. Let's see what he can do. It's not a great lap, to be fair. Seems like he's invalidated as well, or the lap time has just not registered. There we go. Lap time is registered now. 41.632 for the Spaniard. And then it's just a waiting game again, seeing who's going to go first out for a lap. It is currently Jake March on an out lap. Well, actually, he's on a hot lap again. I'm going to take a quick sip of water because I'm doing solo comms. I need to remain my voice because otherwise you'll have no comms at all. Of course, important to stay hydrated. Coming through pure on there, Jake Marsh not taking as much risk as we saw Stefan do on his original lap. So that means that he's maybe a little bit more conservative, and he's definitely more conservative and more insecure about when to turn it, when to brake. But his exit speed seems really, really good, and he's keeping it on that momentum. The Pepijn must be absolutely raging. He keeps joining and getting kicked or leaving, and Jake Marsh actually bailing from that lap time right there, deciding not to continue with it, which is a call that I do understand. we've got a Mercedes who is on an out lap, and he will be the next person on that lap time. It looked like for a second Stefan was going to hit the wall, or just seemed to. That's possible as well. Havnik though, brake dragging like crazy. Though it's a big track, you still need to brake drag to make sure that you get those tyre temps all ready and set to go. Just thank the lobby host quickly because early on there was a grid penalty given for someone else. Payne is just confused what's happening. He's trying to join with a different account now, which is also interesting. Payne, you're listening to the stream. Do you need me to add your second account to the party? Because I could do so, and then you could join. I will do so after the second run of things, if that's the thing that you want me to do. Havnik going there. He's going a bit deep into La Source, which is not what you want to do. Just found out that this button swapped. I pressed the button and I swapped the camera setting. I didn't want to do so. I guess we got this camera setting now. What button did I press? Oh well. Havnik though, making a slight improvement in that first sector. It's a solid first sector. Purple first sector, we do have to believe what this game actually tells us. Stefan already aborting on his lap time, and Payne has joined again. I'm unsure if this is NLR account or not. That is the question. Throwing the stick in on board there, but Havnik fortunately invalidating means that his lap time has come to an end as well. Going on board there with the other Alfa Romeo, which I can't find. Am I blind? Oh, there, it's Stefan. He's just below. Stefan, who invalidated his lap time earlier on, and then Thiago as well making an invalidation. So it's not looking all too ideal for many drivers right now. I think Chris Halaf, he is the first man on a lap time. He did a 0.84 in that sector 1, means that he did not make any big mistakes. But this is where you gain or make or break your lap time right here, right now. Coming through there. Oh, it's a big slide. It is a 12. It's a 12.9. But will it be good enough to challenge the lap time of Flopman? I do not think it will be the case. But no, absolutely flooring it towards the line right here. Coming through Blanchimont and up towards the bus stop chicane. Braking, not trying to rear lock. The rear wanted to go there for Chris Halat, but now coming towards the line, opening the DRS. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can put down. He can put down a 40.9. It is currently second place, but will it be good enough for an eventual spot in the position that he wants it to be? I'm not sure. Tigo comes towards the line. He does a 0.1. So it's all starting to get a little bit closer towards each other after it's not on a lap. It is Niels who was next on a lap. Because another Alfa Romeo comes towards the line. It's Israel. He makes a slight jump only. And then we got two McLarens. I think one of them is Avalon. He's invalidated. So we need the other McLaren. Let's see the other McLaren. Oh my god. Flopman. That was Flopman. Who will finish his lap. Wait, I'm not scrolling. Flopman will finish his lap, but invalidated or did not improve. Kart racing or making that massive jump up towards the 0.8. Everything's happening so quickly and not registering. For me, wow. I'm surprised because all of a sudden everyone's up there and everyone's crossed the line. So it's gone in an incredibly quick rate. But we can go on board with NLR Justin because it will be his first lap. Of course, after having those connection issues, seems like you will only have one lap time. Sorry for the guard there, by the way. Just come off the gym and my body is absolutely knackered. So that would be the reason for the somewhat low energy. Justin though now wanting to start his lap time. So let's see what he can do. The young Austrian driver, he's got a heap load of talent, and he is one to watch out for the future. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think he is an absolutely rapid driver. It's a decent exit, maybe a little bit too early peaked on the curb and had to turn in and put a little bit more turning input, which somewhat impacted the exit. But now you've got 10 seconds on that long straight to chill. DRS open in 8th gear. Coming now towards the end of Camel Straight. Let's see what he does. It's a 30.1, which I do not believe is all that great. I think it's already 3 tenths slower because we were seeing 0.8 before that moment in time. But all the lap is made of, you make or break the lap time right here at the end of this track. Here, coming through the Jackie X corner, going on the top as soon as possible now, coming up towards Puron. See how he nails Puron, absolutely sending it. Oh, it's a big slide, it's a very big slide, and it is a spin for Justin. Make or break your lap time in the middle sector, and he's definitely broken it. Not broke anything physical from the car, but he has bruised his ego and his confidence for the next time round. Justin will be going in. He has got enough time to go for another lap time, so that's most likely what he will be doing. And Fang joining again. Not sure what he wants to do. Let's go on board again with Jake Marsh. He's the only person to go fully out of sync because he means business here. He's not waiting on the final run, and he's the first person to do this final run. Jake Marsh, good exit there, coming on towards the Camel Straight. Absolutely wanting to excel there. Can it be a 0.8 as we've seen before? We go to 30.1, but it is a 2/10 improvement for Jake Marsh. Seems solid now through the comms, also very decent now in towards Bruxelles. Again, want to hold that right side as long as possible, accelerate out of there. Coming through, it's no name for me. I mean, of course you've got an official track map here, and for me it is and it always will be no name. Let's see what he can do. At the exit of the second sector, it is a 5.5 tenth improvement, which currently will not be doing a whole lot because he is about 7 seconds of a second slower. So I think he will be making some big improvements over the final sector, but I think he did a 0.1, which means that he would be coming in towards between the Hasses, I think, would be a good prediction that I am willing to make. See what he can do there. Justin unable to do that on another lap time, but it's a big slide on the exit from Jake Marsh. No, impact his lap a lot, and it is only a 0.8 for Jake Marsh, and he immediately retires on track. Not happy with that lap, quite clearly. See what he can do there. Havmik, an incredible jump. That is not a lap that I would have expected. Havmik, he's proven himself in the previous rounds that he's definitely worthy of being a very quick driver, and now putting himself up towards 3rd place, going out of sync as well alongside a few others. Is an absolutely incredible lap time done by him. Nono Espadas as well, putting himself up towards 9th place, just at the back of that long list of drivers who are oh so close towards each other. Being only 5 tenths off on this long track is not something that you should be all worried about. Flopman absolutely extending his track as much as possible. I'm still fairly confident that it does not help you because it actually makes your tires dirty. But if everyone can make this lap time actually, because we got Tiramisu, he is not going to be making this lap. And you've got Fashion Gold, we need to hurry as well. And you've got a Ferrari behind that, which is after. Are they going to make the final lap time? They are not. Fashion Gold, Tiramisu and after all did not make the line. So that means that places 11, 12 and 14 are pretty much decided. So we're only fighting for the top 10. And you do have to keep an eye out on Odi Olaf and Evalone because they are still there as well. You got a Haas driver who's the first man to try to complete his lap time. That would be Virti Thiago. Used to go under the name of Twisto. It is a 0.9. It's a 3/10 improvement, and that is absolutely massive for the Portuguese driver. He will at least put himself already towards the top 5 contention. But let's see if he can make any improvements in that final sector. The bus stop chicane normally could be make or break. Blanchimont, not really a corner we can gain a lot of time. It is a corner we can lose a lot of time. Bus stop chicane now looks clean, looks fairly clean. As soon as possible on the throttle. Let's see where can Thiago put himself. It is up towards 6th place. It is a decent lap time for him. Lorenzinho up next in the Williams. He made a big jump earlier on, got himself up to 2nd. Can he do it again? Make that jump. He does, up towards place for Lorenzinho. Good lap time from him. Let's see what Tiro can do now. Come towards the line. He has unfortunately invalidated, so he will not be improving. Jonas Spanners into the pit lane. And then we are waiting for the other Aston Martin, who's retired. I am colorblind. Don't know who it is. It is Res Halat. He made a big jump. Evalone coming towards the line. It's Flopman actually at 0.5. 40.5. Absolutely ridiculous lap time from this man. He is so talented. He's burst onto the scene like he was a nobody, and now he's definitely a somebody because he has proven himself over and over again. Kart racer not going for a valid lap time means that Flopman on pole position with 3.5 tenths clear of everyone else. Wow. Just trying to make sure that a lobby restart will happen. And Pepijn has made the lobby now. People are not happy with Pepijn. He keeps joining and leaving, and it is seemingly distracting other drivers. That's what I'm hearing now. I would say a little small bar at the bottom of the stream wouldn't be the most this distracting thing that there will be. But let's take a look. It's 3.7 tenths. Wow. Flopman. I want to look at these sector times and compare them. 0.3 in the middle sector towards a 0.9000181. He's done a 0.3. Wow, that is an absolutely amazing lap time. Flopman on pole position, Kart racer in 2nd, Lorenzinho 3rd, Chris Haller in 4th, Havmik in 5th, Israek in 6th, Niels in 7th, Thiago in 8th, Evalone and Tiro round out the top 10. And you got Nono Espada, Fashion Gold, Oli Olaf, Tiramisu, Stefan, after Jake Marsh, Justin, and then Asi in last. And everyone keeps leaving and joining, which means that the session timer keeps restarting. And I cannot restart my game because then the stream will shut off. So just having to hope that it actually does send me back towards the main menu. And it does. It's amazing. Less for me to worry about, but a 0.3 middle sector. Absolutely incredible. I'm leaving the session. I will do the same. And there's already been a lobby made. But I think I do have enough time to do a quick time trial lap and show you guys a lap time on board, show you guys how it's done. Of course, going for the what lap time was, what car did the Argel Flopman drove. Let's do the Alfa Romeo then and go towards Belgium. Let's see what we can do in a time trial aspect. Only thing I have to do is not bin it. The only thing you guys can do is enjoy me driving and seeing if I can give you guys a brilliant lap description of how to actually drive Circuit of Spa-Francorchamps. What are these camera settings? Don't know how I used to drive this. But now, coming up towards the bus-stop chicane, obviously the corner where you used to be ending out a lap time right here. I want to cut it as much open as possible and get a good exit so you can accelerate as soon as possible and have really that good line coming up towards La Source. I do think you want to break around the 100 mark. It's not around the 100 mark. Trying to push here. I mean, I'm not Evan Dalton, who is not pushing at all. We're coming up towards the next two brilliant corners. It is Eau Rouge and Radio. I hope I don't spin. I haven't done this setup before. It's a bit slidey, but it is doable. Amazing set of corners right there. I do believe that the quickest guys even downshift through there so they get more RPM, because the high RPM in these cars are absolutely OP. Coming up now towards Le Comte. I want to hit the apex there, hit the high cut there, and I want to cut as much as possible from the inside there. Way more than I did there. Coming now through, down to Bruxelles. Want to not lock up all too much. I want to keep it tight. Accelerate as soon as possible again. Coming into No Name, taking it as wide as possible for them. I'm not good enough to take it that wide. Of course, the previous esports line on the right hand side. Want to turn in there and absolutely accelerate out of it. They can hit the inside. I have nowhere near as confidence as these guys, and I think that is showing the pace differences they have compared to me. Coming through in the middle sectors, still through the campus corners, absolutely sending it there. No one seeing the track limits and monitoring them for me. Out of Savalot then, making our way up towards Blanchemont. So yeah, Blanchemont, I'm pronouncing it correctly. Absolutely nailing it. And then braking here for the bus stop chicane. Want to hit the inside. It's the most crucial thing of the race. Outside here, and want to accelerate as quickly as possible. And then you finish a lap that way. I would have been not last, I think, because I don't think there was someone who did not set a valid lap time. But that is a lap time around Spa-Francorchamps. Trying to join the actual session now. Hope I can join because of the joining issues previously. Yeah, I do not have to select the car because I'm not driving. Spectator, there we go, already. Waiting until everyone has selected and got everything ready. But bang, starting from last place. Let's see what he can do in this race as well, because he has not been able to do any qualifying laps, so he'll be going into this quite rusty probably. So it'll be interesting to see what his pace momentum will be for today. Just currently waiting, and everyone has fortunately decided to ready up. Normally, of course, we'll be able to do a good transition in there and make sure everything is ready to go. But Belgium this week and next week, we will be going towards Jeddah, which is a fairly different circuit. Of course, they circuit high speed again as well, and Jeddah somewhat a little bit like it, and Mexico then again high speed. So I think it are very different tracks, but they do all have their similarities. So I think if someone performs here well, they could definitely be someone to watch out for the next remaining races. If we look at the standings quickly, though, it is always interesting to see who is doing well in what department. We do all, of course, know that Niels is your championship leader, not kart racer, like I said before, because Niels, after going first, second, fourth, and first, is on an absolute roll and proving to everyone why he is the guy that needs to be winning this championship. And kart racer needs to be like, oh, let's not do that. Let's put in a title defense. But we've got 5 people really still running for the title. It is Niels who is leading the championship with 67 points. Kart Racer second, 64. Ron, 54. And then you got Chris Hallard on 42. And you also got Flopman on 40. Those are the only guys who can realistically still challenge for that win. All the drivers are now selecting their setups, fuel, strategy, preparing themselves mentally, going and taking the water in and everything. Alexander Dimas is not in here. That is for PC. You're currently watching PlayStation. After was 14th, I do believe, in qualifying. And 145. Francesco saying I peaked big time. I mean, it's the only thing you can really say. If it was PSGL signups, they would probably classify me as cheating. Because I was that quick. 145. No one's done it before. Just waiting for drivers to currently join, and there we go. Niels has unfortunately left the session, so that is your championship rival already out of the way. We've got 5 red lights, and away we go. It is Kart Racer versus Flopman, going side by side with each other. I do believe it's Kart Racer who's got a very good start going around the outside now of Flopman, trying to make that all stick already, but it's a good exit from Flopman in the McLaren, and he's able to defend it off there. It is still somewhat side by side, but Kart Racer decides to yield that position and wait for the safety man, the DRS. Niels fully lost all positions, all the way fully at the back. It is very upsetting for Niels. You can't do a lot about it. It's only very upsetting, and it's a crash. There, it's Tiramisu and Stefan who have collided with each other. Multiple 5-second time penalties flying around the wing as well for after. It is all going at the same time, and Flopman about to be overtaken by Kart Racer got absolutely saved. It is Pepijn who got involved in that because I saw him get a penalty. Let's see who else has got damage. Stefan already gone. I mean, I would do the same to be fair if you crashed that early on. It is a blessing for Niels because he can quickly rejoin. I hope his AI is able to match the virtual safety car pace, but it does seem like Justin is already overtaken because the VSC is already gone. It's gone way too quick, and it's maybe side by side even between Flopman and Kart Racer. Kart Racer did go for it. 0.5 seconds was the gap for a slight moment. It is Thiago though who's got the jump ready on his side. Thiago on the soft tyres. We can actually check out the tyres, and it is Thiago, Everlone, Tijo and Oli Olaf who are going to be making massive jumps forward as in on the short term. We got hards versus softs here because everyone wants to go for the medium tyres towards the end of the race. It is Justin, the only driver who's really gone out of sync here, and also I believe he has picked up a penalty. He does. 5-second penalty for him as well. Does he have wing damage? It doesn't look like it. So he seems to be all good so far, but a 4.1 second gap is a big gap for him to catch up. It is up the inside for Tiro compared to Israel. Israel losing another position to another soft runner. He can't do all that much about it, unfortunately. Right now, Thiago going up the inside of Chris Hallard. Easy move for him. You would say a lot more grip on those soft tires, but not broken late enough, and it is back on the throttle again there. Pepijn crashes. Oh man, that's just not smart. Oh, we are constantly migrating hosts. This is not ideal. Pepijn wanting to make that lobby, crashing and just DNFing immediately. Justin going for the same thing. Both didn't have a lot of laps to go for it early on. Both have retired from the session already. Thiago and Chris Hallard finally ended their battle, and it is Asi who has gotten past Oli Olaf, who is also seemingly disconnected. Asi's left the session as well. I'm gonna have to check the Discord maybe for not doing a restart, because everyone's seemingly leaving. I haven't seen Niels rejoin yet as well. We are doing a new lobby. This is a bit interesting. It does seem like we're getting a restart. No one knows what's happening. We got Flopman and Kart Race still racing normally. Same goes for pretty much everyone else. So what happened is Niels got kicked, and he immediately thought everyone else got kicked, and he's called up a restart. Okay. It seems like we are doing a restart. Well then. Normally I do know things to say to entertain people, but 5, 6 lobby restarts for me is getting a little bit too much as well. We'll be back once the new lobby has been made and we're starting again. I truly cannot believe it. This race should have started at 7 p.m. It's currently 8 p.m. And we should be starting about now. We've had 6 lobby restarts. We've had just constant people being unable to join constantly. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I had lines to say for this race, and I can tell you right now, I've run out of things to say. And the race has not started. I'm not a comedian. I can try my best to be as entertaining as possible. But these are situations that no one can prepare for. And it's something that we all fear of. And we hope that everything goes well. Last time round, we had many people starting on either the hard or the soft tyre. Interesting to see if any of that situation will be changing. And we do. We got 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. Flopman on pole position, kart racer in second, and it's 5. And away we go. It is Lorenzinho, who seems to have one of the better starts up the inside though. Goes kart race. He's still got a Williams up his inside and his outside, but he keeps it all stuck. Cressalot able to get a good exit there up in towards third place. And this time it is an amazing exit from Flopman. It doesn't seem like he will be in any trouble at all from any of his rivals. You know, we just have to look a little bit further down the field. Everyone should be draining their ERS. It's again another crash. It is Stefan and Asi who have gone round. Stefan, who said that he practiced really hard for this. Not going to be happy about that. Islak and Thiago are side by side, and it is Thiago who's made that move stick. It is also Tiro trying to go around the outside, also making that move stick on Islak. Islak again stuck on those hard tyres. Again now, Ivaloni trying to go around the outside. Oh, someone's gone very wide. It is Havik and Lorenzino have touched, and they have collided with each other. Both losing a lot of spots and positions right there. Not ideal for the both of them. Fashion Gold side by side still with Niels. Niels, of course, needs to do well in that championship. Now trying to go up the inside on Perm. Does it? Goes a little bit wide, maybe. No, he does keep it within the track limits. And everything at that moment in time has still gone all right. Oli Olaf also making that move stick there. And Evalone making a move on Havmik. The question is if Havmik has damage from that contact that made early on a lot of understeer. I do think that Havmik could have a little bit of wing damage. Flopman, meanwhile, driving away with over 1 second compared to kart race. His pace has been incredible. You've seen it already in qualifying, also showing it now in the race. And Chris Hallat this time is the one to chase instead of anyone else. Thiago on those soft tyres though is currently chilling, and it is Flopman indeed on those medium tyres. You saw that he was not able to do so on the hards. It's a set by the way by Thiago in the bus stop chicane, but unable to really make any moves stick there. But Flopman saw last time round he was unable to drive away from kart racer on the hard tyres, and he decided now, okay, I'm going to do the medium tyres to try and drive out of that 1 second range right now. So let's see if he can actually do so. Go up the inside of Chris Hallat, making that move stick. Both Haas drivers now needing to work together to get as close as possible towards the front. Both Haas drivers have done really well so far. Quistro and Tijo really making up those positions. The next person looking to capitalize from this is Avalon on those soft tyres as well, needing to get a move past Chris Hallat as soon as possible. Chris Hallat absolutely hating the situation. He wants to go as quickly as possible past these guys and chase back towards the guys they should be chasing, which is Kart Racer and Flopman, who have both drained an enormous amount of ERS. Now finally with outside of the 1 second range, but again Flopman going on the ERS. He wants Kart Racer outside of that DRS range because he knows he is in trouble if he remains in there for the rest of the stage of this race. Both going below 10% right now. It is very tricky this bust-up chicane will be all depending on it side by side. Tigo making that mistake on Thiago right there on this moment of the track. It is Chris not trying to go up the inside, but not doing so. And it is a 1 second gap, 1.1. Oh my days, DRS not yet. You'll get it on this moment here. Where's the DRS detection point? On the exit of this corner. Who gets the best exit? Between the two. It's his Kart Racer. Has he done enough on this exit? Let's see, does he get DRS? He does, I think. Oh, it's been very close. Absolutely derating. Kart Racer has nothing left. But the question is, does he get DRS? He doesn't. With a few thousandths of a second, he does not get the DRS. Both on 0% ERS. It is a battle between the two of each other in a different league compared to anyone else. 3.6 seconds towards the Haas drivers, but he has proven himself. These two guys are on a different level, and now Flopman needs to drive away as much as possible. And Kart Racer, on those hard tires, allow you to make sure that he doesn't lose all that much. Ostigo nearly loses a lot, which for him would have been his whole race. Nearly losing the back end there out of Brussels, but still maintaining everything. Softs, they do tend to stagnate very quickly. And good news, because this was taking so long, there's an opportunity that I will be getting a second commentator in. So that would be ideal for myself and my voice. 1.9 seconds now the gap between Flopman and Kart Race. Kart Race through everything, Eddie. I won't be surprised, over the gasp, if Kart Racer has already got like 2 warnings of Flopman as well. But they were pushing to the absolute limit. 2.9 seconds now the gap between Thiago and Kart Racer. Finally closing in a little bit on that. They still got a lot of DRS and or ERS, I'm sorry, and they still got the DRS as well. So they'll be able to profit from it ever alone. They have very good mid-entry speed. That's absolutely able to fly that, towards the back end of Chris Alap, but the exit of Chris Alap being a little bit better. Let's see what Chris can do right here. Is he close enough to go for a move? And something tense. DRS being open, but not any ERS being used. Both Haas drivers, will they swap for positions? They will swap for positions. The Tigo now back in towards third place, go a little bit wide. They will bunch up or check up, if you would use the American turn there a little bit. Chris Alap, is he going to go up the inside? No, he's going to try to go around the outside, but probably he's just going to try to upset Thiago, which he's done fairly nicely, to be fair. He is just absolutely chilling. They are pushing so much. Thiago wanting to make sure that he remains in front of Chris Alap, but with the amount of swapping that they're doing, they're not necessarily gaining up towards the top 2. So I think it will be a battle between Flopman and Kart Racer for the final victory here, which I don't think either of them mind. Kart Racer needs it for the championship, and Flopman just needs to close back in and win. So for them, both of them, it's an ideal situation. Of course, they both want to win and gain even more positions, but sometimes it can't all be done. Because stepping the back in Blanchimont of Thiago, not going for that move there again. He knows that these soft runners, they've got solid pace, but he keeps getting checked up by them, needing to make them a move. It's another mistake there from Thiago. Now it's going to be an easy move up the inside for Chris Alap on the ERS for a little bit. Side by side with each other. Later on the brakes, the Williams goes past one of the Haas's, and now needs to go past the other one, which will be fairly easy with the DRS being there within 6 tenths of a second. So this move will definitely be made. We could might as well stick on board with it actually. Already picking up one penalty. A little bit of ERS and DRS being used there, and it's an easy move for Chris Alap up the inside. Making that move stick and goes, oh, it's a big slide back around the outside. Goes Tigo, and Tigo has made that move stick, and another Haas coming up the inside. Oh my days, what's all happening there? I didn't see what happened. I think it was a mistake from Tigo. It's a mistake there from Chris Hallett. Pushing so much here, locking around the outside. Goes Tigo. Absolutely crazy. See through No Name. Or the Jackie H corner side by side. A little bit of contact. I think pushed into the wall. There was Chris Hallett opening again. We know Trondis coming towards Pearl now. Still being in a half sandwich. Absolutely fighting like crazy. And making sure that this top 2 is sealed forever. I think Flopman can even make a full-on spin and still remain up in second place. But it is all good, seemingly no damage, and it is a DRS straight from 3rd all the way down to 13th. Now then again, trying to go for a move, Chris Hallett not able to do so. Havmake as well, pay attention to him because he is seemingly just chilling. But there we go. It's going to be a move from Chris Hallett at the inside bus stop. No, he doesn't. And around the outside goes Thiago. He's going to keep his nose in there. Forces Chris Hallett to take an alternative line. And now on the softs, who's got a better exit? It is Chris Hallett. Better acceleration, more ERS burnt there. Easily done by him. But again, I think he saved his teammate security from being overtaken right there. It's Israel and Niels going side by side as championship leaders. You know, it is a DNF from Asi. Fortunate to see him DNF so early on. Tiramisu still driving in the back end of the grid. Massive respect for him. But Niels trying to make any moves, but he's unable to do so. Just he's stuck. That's all. That's the best way you can say this. This time, Chris Hallett, easy move, able to break easy, early, and absolutely nail it. Chris Hallett up towards 3rd place. Let's see what pace he can run now, because he hasn't got as much ERS as well compared to Flopman and Kart Racer. Like, they're pretty much all equal, and if you look at my Siri needs to piss off Strava Fitness, I'm doing commentary there, and I know it thinks that my heartbeat's going absolutely massive. You know, we do have a VSC. It's a spin from Stefan. No more win from him means that we do get the first VSC of this race, which means I can get a quick hydration break. Just waiting on this virtual safety car to end. You can normally see it well with Kart Racer and Flopman. Being up front, not leading and following anyone. Once they really accelerate, it's going to be go time. The gap's currently 2.5 seconds. I believe when the VSC came out, it was around 1.8. So yeah. Again, here we've gone then. And it's a pit stop for Flopman. Wow. Trying to profit from the VSC. He did not profit all that much from it. Unlucky timing for him. Oh, it's another spin. It's Israel who's gone down. Unfortunate for him. But Flopman now needs to work his way through the field. Definitely with a DNF after not going for it there. You did not. You decided to yield on it and wait for a tiny moment until really going for that attack and for that move. Going around the outside, Flopman versus After, and After just decides to yield again, knowing that Flopman is going to be quicker. Let's see how that strategy turns out, because I'm not a massive fan of that strategy, and I've said it before, and I know my strategy somewhat. But either Flopman will incredibly surprise me here, or he's gone too early on those hard tyres. And I think he's done the latter. Meanwhile, Kart Racer in the lead, 6 seconds of a second towards Chris Hallett. And you got Tigo in 3rd, Thiago in 4th, Evalone in 5th, Havmake in 6th. On those hard tyres, I think he's the one be making some moves forwards as of right now. Justin's driven a very nice race as well. 1.4 seconds is the gap from Oli Olaf. So he overtakes him very, very quickly, and now he needs to drive back into that train. But he does have quite a bit of ERS for it, so I think it will be fairly easy for him to do so. Let's see Passion Gold. Is he able to capitalize from this? No is the answer. I can make it very difficult there. The answer was no. Unable to do so. Again, both Haas drivers chilling. 80% ERS, able to fully control his way in there. And Justin and Oli Olaf both making a pit stop, going towards a hard set of tyres. Oli Olaf, it took a little bit longer for him compared to the Red Bull, I do believe, but it did come out very on a very similar spot. First with Flopman, very far behind. Flopman already gone past Jake Marsh. Meanwhile, Tycho made another overtake on Chris Hallat. So those moves being made constantly, swapping back and forth, back and forth. It's a shame because of those. Chris Hallat nearly winning it there in no name. Let's say that was a shame because I do not have any puns or something else to really make. Spent them all whilst we were waiting for the first two restarts. Time trial, pretty much done everything. So we can just only now, from this one onwards, enjoy beautiful racing. Gap being 6.2 seconds, not 2 points. Normally I'm not used to saying 6 point something seconds. But yeah, still absolutely going like madness here. And Nono Espadas is currently the last person who has not set a lap time. He's very far down. So I do wonder if he has been in some kind of incident. Doesn't look like he is in AI. I don't know. Don't think so. Flopman making that move past Niels already. Niels trying to go back up the inside in the Ferrari. Doing so. Braking later up the inside. Flopman trying to go around the outside. There's Mill grip for it. And he makes that move stick. Niels getting surprised their championship leader. Overtaken by one of their contestants. And Niels still has to make a pit stop. And Flopman doesn't. So the gap margin is absolutely insane. But Flopman supposedly gained more from the DRS than I expected. It's 3 wide. There is a Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher moment overtaking a lap for a slower car in this instance. Flopman trying to go up the inside. It's going to be contact, all side contact, but still all good. Oh, he slaps at the back end of Niels. I hope he didn't get any damage from that Flopman. It's a good switchback there. Coming out of Lecombs now into Bruxelles. Easily up the inside, and he's unable to do so anything, Niels, around that outside. So it is another move made by Flopman. And Flopman has gained a lot of time, but he will be suffering later on. Thiago made a mistake. He has gone right, and it is a crash. Oh no, Espadas is off, and it is a safety car. Wow. Wow. And we get pit stops now, for sure. Every single driver will be pitting towards the medium set of tyres and going towards the end of the race now. I think everyone will be pitting towards the medium set of tyres. Interesting to see what Jake Marsh will do, but he'll probably go towards hards. Let's go in with Kart Racer first. Keep an eye out for Flopman and see who will arrive in front, because it's a VSC versus a full safety car, and they're both still on Delta. But in the second half of the safety car or VSC period, it's big get removed. Kart Racers made his pit stop. Now going back out on track. Where is he? Where is Flopman? Flopman's in the pit. Flopman deciding to make another pit stop. I was looking at the minimap, waiting for him to come out, and he did not do so. Everyone now on equal set of tyres. So the whole 1-2 situation will happen for sure. Safety car, throw it out the window. The reason that Flopman was going to win, throw it out the window as well, because Flopman going from the lead, he is now in 10th position, and he has one very steep hill to climb. Water break again, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to hydrate yourself. Of course, in these hot summer times, it's important to keep doing so, because your body sweats away multiple liters of water a day. So it is important that you do drink that water. Just buy yourself a 1 liter bottle or just a massive gym bottle, and make sure that you drink that empty at least once a day, because hydration is so important for the human body. That was my hard brake on water. Drink safely. I do believe that if I'm going to get a second commentator, it would be now. Slightly waiting for this moment. Safety car will not be in this lap. Firstly, waiting for Tiramisu, and secondly, safety car needs to be at least doing 2 laps, and we've only done 1 lap as of so far. The Spa-Francorchamps safety car session is so long, so we'll be taking a little bit, and my Cocon can't join down. Going to wait and see until it all goes again. Everyone though on that same tyre. The only one that's on a slower tyre is Oliola and currently Tiramisu, but he will be. Well, Siri's trying to interpret that I need to do something. Always does this when doing commentary. If I say, hey Siri, doesn't do anything. I just commentating and talking about Tiramisu, and then Siri pops up. Like, I don't understand how that works. Let's see what's all pitting now. Jake Marsh is back in the pit. He's going towards a fresh set of mediums. Although softs do last 12 laps. Will we be seeing anyone brave enough to go for a set of softs? It's a medium set of tyres for Jake Marsh. 1 lap fresher tyres, sacrificing like 5 positions for it. And this is the fresh set of soft that Tiramisu still had. Not fresh. He's done 1 lap on it before, but still fresh enough. We're still waiting until we're all ready to go, settle in, and absolutely sending it. Ollie Olaf on the penalty, only one who currently has that, and we need to keep our eyes peeled for this man. Flop man, still got G-League in his name, drives for Outgate Racing. Absolutely crazy quick guy. Did a 0.3 middle sector here. Got ball with 4/10 of a second. Indicates though that he is running a little bit of a higher downforce setup. How easy would it for him to be to overtake? Unsure. That will be another one of those questions that needs to be answered when we end up going back to green. And we will be going back to green in 5, 3, 2, 1. There. Okay. Coming through Stavelot here with Flopman, but now everyone is slowing down. Kart racing going slowly in the Courbe Palfer. It is called after this band. Of course, Paul Frere, don't know him. You're not a, no, I was going to say you're not a real motorsport fan. Do I know who Paul Frere is? No. Coming through Blanchimont though, question is when will he go out of the bus stop chicane or will he go earlier on to try to surprise someone? He's going relatively quick and Chris Allard seems to be fully ready to go. Gonna be waiting. If I was kart race, I would wait until like all the way up towards the line. Seems like he has gone now, missing the apex a little bit. And there we go, he has gone. So it's a good start by him. Thiago as well, by the way, big victim of this safety car because he was right behind his teammate and he was forced to double stack. There we go then. Chris Allard burning a little bit off that ERS. He knows they need to burn a little bit to get back alongside on the ERS button right now. He is not staying necessarily in the slipstream, means that he does not want to go for a move as of right now. Garage also a little bit on the ERS, but not doing anything alone. He is tired, but not tired enough to keep winning and keep doing well. Flopman though, making that move stick on the camel straight all the way up towards 8th place. He will be making a move, and Niels picks up a penalty. Your championship leader, ladies and gentlemen, with a penalty, and that will be a very costly one for him on a later stage. Was following Havmik, who picked up a penalty before that as well. The exact line, the exact same penalty on the exact same corner, on the exact same lap. Everything exactly the same, of course. Tycho unable to keep hold of this pace. He knows that Car Race and Kesalat are pushing. Up the inside goes Flopman. Good move by him. It was a mistake by Fashion Gold, I do believe, of Flopman from P9 all the way up towards 7th. He is flying. Next up, it is Niels and Havmik. He's got P5 guaranteed, but he wants more. He's got his teammate as well then, who is able to help out with some team games potentially. But then the gap towards 3rd, 2nd and 1st, seemingly impossible currently for Flopman. But let's see what Flopman can do, because Flopman, he's not a Flopman. He is a bloody man who's damn quick. So let's see what he can do. It's still side by side, or at least somewhat half battling between Tycho Everlone and Havmik. They all do be wanting to be making positions either forwards or backwards. There we go. Let's go forward with Flopman, because I'm fairly confident that an overtake will be happening here on the ERS the whole time. But so is Niels. Pretty much identical levels of ERS. See what he can do. Flopman not going for it this time round, which is interesting. Also no change up front between P1 and 2, and also not between Tycho and Everlone. They're both really chilling behind each other and remaining controlled as they should be, because they're currently working together to make sure that they at least got a 1-2, and then at the end they can decide who wants to take the victory and who all does it. Again, Everlone right up the back of Tycho, wanting to make sure that he gets those moves later on in this race, and he's still there at least. Tycho burning a little bit to try to get back in the train. I was saying that, but he's actually still got quite a bit of ERS, and Chris Hallard, he has burned through quite a bit, and Kart Racer, he's only below half of his ERS as well. And there was the move from Flopman, side by side with Niels in the bus stop chicane. Of course, when you don't expect it, he makes that move, and I can tell you, I didn't even expect it to happen there. Flopman breaking later, easy move there, but it's just going to be a switchback from Niels. Same tyre wear, same tyre life, same car performance. They just have a different color of paint. Let's see now. Will Niels be going for the move back? Oh, it's such a better run through Blanchimont. It's not Blanchimont. Oh my days. Radio, absolutely incredible move by him. And he goes past Flopman. Flopman again have to concede back on the ERS button. Flopman going up the inside in Lecombs. Let's see what he can do side by side. Unable to make that move stick. It's a slide at the back end. And Flopman unable to really make that move stick there. Again, oh, passive slide. Oh my days. Here in Bruxelles there. And contact again. It is Flopman who's gone round, turned in. Was there was someone there. You can't do that. It's another safety car. Oh my days, what's happening? Ollie Olaf dropping it there on the exit of Lecon. And oh, so much happening at the same time. And is this a saving grace from Flopman, because he was in a lot of trouble right there. Made that mistake, over pushed originally. Niels overtook him, over pushed out of the exit of Lecor. White got grass on his tires in Brussels, tried to turn in while there was someone there. Nearly a half swung, then had two cars go up his inside and still had grass on his tires, so he would have been able to lose even more positions. So I think he should be very happy that this is the way it currently went. And again, still waiting for anything to happen. And it are pit stops. Kart racer, Chris Hallat, Everlone, all in. And these will be for soft tyres, I can tell you right now. Kart racer already fitted the soft tyres. There, Woolworths all stayed out. Currently, Tigo, Havnik, Fashion Gold, Thiago, they are the ones who stayed out. Same goes for Jake Marsh and Tiramisu. So a few drivers that have stayed out. Let's see where Kart Racer comes out. Does he jump anyone? No, he does not. Chris Allen on his backhand. He is on the medium tyres. Checking there. You saw him pop out a little bit to the left. Is it real? The tyres are fit on his car, soft tyres. Is the graphic not glitching? No, he is indeed on soft. And so is every single driver around you who just made that pit stop. Everyone is on the softs. Chris Hallat, only one on mediums. He will be eaten alive just like he did at the beginning of the race. And I don't think he likes that situation. Now, under the safety car, it's interesting because I'm just trying to calculate here what the best strategy would be. I'm fairly sure it's bidding because it happened quite a few times earlier on. Making that pit stop, but not really happened so far. Now then, again waiting under the safety car, but it's not in this lap. So the full more lap, unfortunately. It's not the only track you can really make it happen in one lap, but yeah. Still waiting. Still it happens, until it is go time. Currently waiting it out. Jake Marsh and Tiramisu indeed making those pit stops, which is ideal for kart racer. And it should be a little bit more viable. And Tigo, he should be the one absolutely sweating because he knows that he might be in some big trouble after this. Because he damn well knows that there are only 3 other of his friends currently behind him on the older medium tyres. Now you got every single driver on fresh, either fresh softs or fresh mediums. They will be flying around him everywhere, and he just needs to survive. I think I'll win this fully off the cards for Tigo. Question just is, how long can he survive? I will be inviting a second commentator for it quickly, which is either Bryn Mike. Well, I think I have on my friends list, so it will be going quite quickly, but oh, that he's not online, of course not. We are now all starting to go for it. Again, getting fully ready for go time. There we go. So hopefully we should be having that go commentator join me anytime soon. Just fully prepared myself and gotten ready.
Justin, 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. It isn't, I don't think he's made a move under safety car, and it would be an illegal overtake. Wow, it's a strange penalty. This Six goes in this lap though, so we're having to go on board with Tycho to see what he does. My co-commentator has fortunately joined the party. 6 more laps to go. Hello, Mike. Quickly doing a safety car restart. I've put an invite link in the chat, and I'm also screen sharing, so you can choose which one you want. But we're having to go on board with Tycho as of right now, warming up the sides at the last moment, waiting to go into the bus stop chicane. When will he go? Will he wait till start finish? Will he go early? Jake Marsh getting a 5-second grip penalty, collision with after, but that's not important. That's only important for later on. He waits until the straight, and there he goes. Surprise the halfback with it, going as late as possible and getting a good exit. But will it be enough? Let's go already on board with Cartres, because he absolutely sends it up the inside. It's in one position gained. It will be one position gained. The man in the Red Bull on those soft tires going past Thiago already, and now we need to watch out. Chris Hallett, can he follow his way through there as well? So a little bit side by side, but Thiago decides to yield that position, fully back up there. Chris Hallett, absolutely mega exit to the radial corners. Now trying to go around the outside, getting a squeeze a lot by Thiago. It's an overtake from the lead halfmig, taking it there. Meanwhile, Cartres going around the outside all the way up towards third. Chris Alat going around the outside as well. Alpi versus Williams, he's gone round half spin. Oh my days, how has he saved that? I do not know how he's done that. Chris Alat back down towards the 8th position, but still not fully done. His teammate sending it up the inside. Lorenzinho on those soft tires, way more grip, barging his way through there, up the inside, and done. Move for him. Lorenzinho made that mistake again. Just waiting now. Kart Racer a little bit wider from Halfmaker, and Mike has joined the session to get a great exit from Kart Racer, trying to go for it now around the outside here in the middle sector in the campus corners, and he's done it on the campus right-hander. Amazing move by him, and Kart Racer is the one to beat quite clearly here. Flopman in 14 was dominating so early on. Probably something happened to him as well off screen, which we didn't quite manage to capture. But Mike, you should be nearly getting in. Everything's happening at the same time, and it is a lot of chaos. Halfmig in trouble now from Car Race, and it's another spinner, and it's after, and oh, it's Justin. No, the tire is still on from after, and it's another virtual safety car. Fortunately, not a full safety car. But Mike, are you in?
Yeah, I just gone into the lobby, and yeah, I was watching the stream. My God, it all kicked off on that restart there. Absolutely everyone scrapping out for positions. A few spinners, which obviously we don't like to see. But yeah, Kart Racer getting himself up in the P2. An absolutely fantastic opportunity now for him to try and take this race win.
Yeah, after gonna DNF from this session right here, but Kart Racer, he needs to regain his championship lead compared to Niels, who's got that penalty still, which you need to keep in mind. All these safety cars are not ideal for him. He wanted to go as soon as possible. Will this virtual safety car be going on the Camel Straight? It will probably happen in the comms, and we need to watch out for Kart Race, because he wants to profit on it as soon as possible on those soft tires. Absolutely flying. He just needs to watch out for Everlone, because he has been flying as well, and he's been saying he's wanting to go to bed already before he even started this race, but he seemingly has a lot of energy still to go for this. I mean, 6 lobby restarts is fairly tiring.
Yeah, absolutely. Waiting on the restart now as but they've all just going to drive through for speeding under the VSC, and that was the one thing that you don't want this late on in the race.
Yeah, absolutely terrible for him up the inside now. Again, through the campus corners, up the inside. Oh, it's an easy move there. It's turned in by Halfmig. Made it look way worse than it was there. But he was fully alongside Kart Racer there. And I do believe that is a clean move up the inside in campus. Made that move stick. And Halfmig and Tycho now have to battle right again. And now it's the question, how quickly can Evel profit from this and stick with Kart Race? Because Kart Racer already 1.2 seconds gone. So when that DRS will be turning on, it seems like he will be in a lot of trouble to get in there. Niels now, championship leader. Let's see what he can do. It's 3 wide up ahead, by the way. Oh my days. Who's going to come out on top there? A little bit of contact have alone. Side by side through here. 3 wide in the bus stop chicane. Everything's happening at the same time. Niels trying to profit from it as well. It's Havik who's gone out on top from this. Evel gained 1 spot, and Tycho losing out 2 positions there. It is side by side again later on. It is Lorenzinho and Fashion Gold going side by side. It is Justin who is fully DNF'd because of the drive-through penalty. penalty, they want to serve it and continue. Still going side by side. Fashion Gold decide to yield that position. It's side by side back there. Flopman going around the outside of Radio. Past Eastrijk. Flopman on a roll, trying to go fully back up there. Avalon now and Havmik side by side in the Camel's Race. Who breaks later? It is the man on soft. Avalon up towards second. Still side by side. Tycho and Havmik. Let's see who comes out on top there. It is Tycho again. My voice is going, Mike. Take it over.
Yeah, Niels down the inside of Harvard, and guess that move down into Brussels. Fantastic move there from the Ferrari. I was looking at a bit of a scrap that was going on between the Williams pair and in behind, as well as Lorenzo gets through on Chris Hallett, and Chris Hallett managed to get through on the Alpine as well. So, yeah, absolutely, it's all kicking off here as we got Flopman looking for a move on Vision Gold, and around goes Flopman, losing it there. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, and Flopman retires from the session. Lap 19 as we approach the end of this race. Oh, it's going to be taking the race win. Evil One trying to close up the car race at the gap 2.1 seconds. 1.2 seconds now the gap between Evil One and Ticho in P3. And Ticho has a bit of an issue in behind him, and that is Niels in that Ferrari. Going to be looking to get that move done as Lorenzo down the inside into the bus stop chicane gets a hold of P5. And these soft tyres, I mean, Ticho's going to be in a bit of trouble here because Niels will have the pace to get through as we got Chris getting through on Hamilk as well down the inside into La Source. Job done for Chris Hallett.
Yeah, everything's still happening at the same time, but Car Racer just fully extending his gap so quickly. Burns through already most of his ERS, but Ivo has burned through all of his ERS, which means that Tiro still has the DRS, but will it be enough to fend off Niels? I don't think it will, because that grip difference is just way too big there. Easy moved on by him. Both Williams going to scrap into it. Trulek comes around the outside, unable to make that move. Safe from Chris Hallett. So Laurentino taking that spot then on front there. He is currently still the leading Williams driver. Havmik picking up a penalty in 7th place on those 10-lap old mediums. Still struggling there to make his way forward, and I do not think there are a lot of any big gainers forward. Besides Eastrijk, who can maybe make a move on Fashion Gold anytime soon, because he's still got half his battery and Fashion Gold is fully empty. But 2 more laps to go once we cross the start-finish line, and everything been happening early on at the safety car exit. No more safety cars from this point onwards, because it's mathematically impossible. So let's see what will happen right here. Avalon, he going a little bit wider at the exit of Stavalo, but still having to concede and unable to drive his way out of the DRS. Niels now, he needs to just take that 2nd place as soon as possible and to build gaps, large gaps, so he can get his 3 seconds and not lose as many positions.
Yeah, as Isaac gets through on Fashion Gold there for P9 in the Alfa Romeo, moving up the order into the top 10, and this is crucial that he's in this train now, because obviously with the time penalties that Niels and Havel have to their name, that could be 2 extra positions there for Isaac getting up into potentially P7 with these time penalties. But we're going to have to wait and see, as Niels now with an opportunity to take P2 on track. He needs to get this move done. Obviously, Tito needs to be able to hold on from Lorenzo in behind him. And it looks like the Williams man is going to be making this move for P4. As you see, Niels up ahead making the move on Evil One into P2. Contact between Lorenzo and Tito. And that's going to allow Chris Hallett to go through up into P5. And Tito picks up a 3-second time penalty. And it's just been turned on his head once again for the final podium position.
Yeah, still absolutely massifying a big tank slapper constantly from Chris Hallett. He's pushing this car so much. He's been having tank slappers all race long. You need to check up upon his wrists at the end of this race, because they will surely be absolutely tired. He's constantly having to catch his car, and I don't know how he's still going fully forward. But he is doing it currently, and he's one of the guys in contention for that podium position still, unless his teammate again steals it. It's 6 aboard mediums versus 6 aboard hards, so they are still fully side by side with each other. No team games being played between the 2 Williamses. Of course, Chris Hallett being in a better championship outing, and he needs those points more, but the person who needs the points the most is Car Racer, and he is currently doing so exactly. And Niels needs it as well, because he doesn't want Car Racer to fly away with the championship in this race exactly, but he can't do much more than sit in 2nd and drive high pace to try and
bearing big gaps to everyone. But with the DRS that you have again a tank slapper from Chris Hallard, going on a throttle too early, again losing that rear end. But with the gap that Niels has, it will be tough for him because he's going to lose a lot of positions.
Yeah, and we're seeing Hamilton on those 12-lap-old mediums begin to fall away now. And Ticho is going to be under pressure now from both Williams in behind as we climb up through Eau Rouge and Radion for the final time in this race. Chris Hallett going to be looking to get this move done as you see Evil One closing up on Niels, but I think he's just going to sit in behind him and just take the P2 on penalties. That's the Haas and the Williams side by side through Les Combes, and yeah, Chris has to settle down for a P5 currently.
Chris needs to do it from a better exit. He needs to surprise him somewhere because there are not a lot of opportunities now besides the bus stop where races have been decided in the past on PC already. In PSGL F4 you had 4 men going in towards that final corner 2 by 2, and the man who entered the corner in 4th eventually came out on top, so everything can still happen, but I doubt it will happen for the lead this time round because Kart Racer is fully dominating. But we will keep our eyes out currently for the midfield because that is where the fighting is at, that is where it will all be happening. Niels, he's been driving gaps, but will it be good enough? I think it will be coming out towards P7, P8 in that gap between Tiramisu and Havnik. I think that will be his final grid position, which is not a final race position, which is not something he will be all too happy about. But Kart Racer will be winning this race, and there are fairly big gaps, so I don't think anything is going to happen. It's on the ERS, it's both versions maybe trying to scrap with each other, but it doesn't look like a lot is going to happen. And I now need to tune over to Kart Racer. Kart Racer wins. I know everything's happening there, but I need to credit Kart Racer for that incredible victory. Everyone coming to the line at the same time. Jake Marsh still in front of Havnik on track, but with penalties that get swapped round. And Thiago finishing in 12th position. Everything happening at the same time. 6 lobby restarts or not, if we can have this every single week, I will be here every single week. Wow.
That was a very exciting end to the race, and yeah, it seemed like everything was going on there. You didn't have any idea of who was going to be getting the podium, but that has now been decided. Kart Racer, absolutely incredible race win, pulled away as soon as he got in front, and a fantastic result for him.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Just waiting for this black screen to go away so we can actually see the podium ceremony and the final results. But it seems like my game's not working together. It's been 6 restarts. I know my game started as well. But oh, there we go. Kart Racer with the German flag in the Red Bull car. Who does this give? It does give Sebastian Vettel vibes, doesn't it? Fortunately, his record has been broken by Max Verstappen the other week, but let's see if Kart Racer can replicate it in PSGL. I mean, if he can win the title, at least he is dominating just like Vettel did in those 2010-2013 season. But let's see the final results right here. Kart Racer on top. Everlone in P2, Chris Hallard in P3, Lorenzinho in 4th, Tiramisu in 5th, Niels still in 6th, which he should be somewhat happy about given the fact that he has a penalty. We'll see if he can remove that penalty later on. We got Isaac in 7th, Tigo in 8th, Fashion Gold in 9th, Havnik in 10th, Thiago in 11th, Jake Marsh in 12th, and then 5 seconds left. We got Flopman, Justin, after Oli Olaf, Nono Espada, Stefan, and Asi, who have all DNF'd from this session. Thank you, Mike, for filling in on such a short notice, doing a double stint. And I think after 6 restarts, no one is wanting to do interviews at this point. Everyone wanting to go to bed as soon as possible. So I will be ending off the stream already. Thank you everyone very much for watching, listening, and bearing with me through those 10 or 6 restarts. Hopefully I'll see you guys again next week for Jeddah. An entertaining track and an entertaining tier. It can only go amazingly. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week.